Hey everyone, ready to explore some incredible art.
I'm excited for this deep dive. We're going across Canada to visit some of the country's coolest art spaces.
I love that. So buckle up, art fans, because today we're taking a trip from coast to coast to discover what makes each gallery a must-see.
It's more than just pretty pictures, though, right?
Exactly. We're going to uncover the stories behind these places and how they reflect Canada's identity.
We'll look at how Canada grapples with difficult parts of its history through art.
And how about Canada's role in the global art scene? We can't forget that. But maybe we should start with the art itself.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, let's kick things off in Ontario, home to like the biggest art scene in Canada. We're starting our journey in Toronto at this super unique building.
Toronto's a great place to start.
Right. Okay, so picture this. You're walking through downtown and suddenly, bam! There's this incredible building, this amazing mix of old and new, all thanks to the legendary architect Frank Gehry, the guy who designed that shimmering building in LA.
Oh, yeah, the Walt Disney Concert Hall.
That's the one. So this building I'm talking about, that's the Art Gallery of Ontario, or the AGO, as the cool kids call it. And trust me, it's huge, like over 90,000 artworks, huge. That's a lot to take in.
It really is, and that's kind of the point, isn't it? The AGO is saying, hey, we're a major player in the art world, just like those big shot galleries in the U.S., even bigger in some cases. And our collection, it's got something for everyone, from Renaissance masters to cutting-edge contemporary art.
It's like stepping into a time machine, but for art. You can go from admiring a centuries-old painting to being totally blown away by a modern sculpture, all in the same afternoon.
And let's not forget the impact the AGO has had on showcasing Canadian artists to the world. Think about that Lauren Harris exhibition a few years back.
Oh, yeah. The Group of Seven painter?
Exactly. That show was a game changer. Suddenly, everyone was talking about this Canadian artist, and the AGO was right at the center of it all.
It put them on the map, for sure. And speaking of being on the map, let's not forget about the other heavy hitter in Ontario's art scene, the National Gallery of Canada. This place is like Canada's living room, but way more impressive. You walk in and it's like, welcome to Canada, here's our art, and it's awesome.
And it is awesome. From the Group of Seven's iconic landscapes to incredible contemporary Indigenous artists.
Like Kent Monkman.
Exactly. The National Gallery really captures the spirit of this country, from its natural beauty to the rich tapestry of cultures that make it so special. And here's the thing. It's not just about showcasing Canadian art, it's about showcasing it to the world. It's this incredible collection of international art as well.
Like, hey, we're a global citizen, but we're proud of where we come from.
Precisely. It's cultural diplomacy through art. And it works. You leave that place feeling inspired by both the art itself and by what it says about Canada's place in the world.
I completely agree. It's like they're saying, come on in, have a look around, and let's start a conversation. And speaking of conversations, let's hop over to Montreal, a city that's practically bursting at the seams with creativity.
Oh, Montreal.
Right. I mean, the city is famous for its European charm, its incredible food, and of course, its thriving art scene.
It's true. Montreal's art scene is a reflection of the city itself.
Yeah.
Vibrant, diverse, and always pushing boundaries.
And then the perfect example of that, the fact that Montreal has not one, but two amazing art destinations that are complete opposites.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more about these polar opposites.
Okay, so first up, you have the Montreal Museum of Fine Arts, the MMFA. This place is massive. And I mean massive in terms of its collection, its history, everything. It's the kind of place where you can literally spend days getting lost in art. You can wander from ancient Egyptian artifacts to incredible impressionist paintings to sculptures that make you think and feel.
It's like a choose-your-own-adventure for art lovers. Whatever your taste, you're bound to find something that speaks to you.
And that's what's so great about Montreal, right? It's a city where different styles, different cultures, different ideas all come together.
And you can see that reflected in its museums. You've got this grand institution like the MMFA with its vast collections spanning centuries.
And then on the flip side, you have the Musée d'Art Contemporain, the MAC. And let me tell you, this place is the complete opposite of the MMFA.
Opposite in a good way, I hope.
Oh, absolutely. If the MMFA is like a wise old sage, the MAC is like that edgy friend who's always introducing you to something new and exciting. It's all about what's happening right now in the art world, what's going to make you think, what's going to challenge your perceptions.
And that's so important, don't you think? We need places like the MAC that aren't afraid to push boundaries, to ask tough questions, and to spark conversations.
Absolutely. And they're not just showcasing Canadian artisans either.
True. They bring in artists from all over the world, which is so important for fostering dialogue and understanding.
So you've got these two incredible museums, each with their own distinct personality, thriving in the same city. It just goes to show you how much Montreal embraces art in all its forms.
It's inspiring, really.
Okay, are you ready for a change of scenery?
Always up for an art adventure.
This time we're heading west to explore a few galleries with their own distinct flavors.
Ooh, I love that. Each region's art has its own story to tell. What's first on our westward journey?
First up, Vancouver, baby! Nestled in the heart of the city, you'll find the Vancouver Art Gallery, or the VAG, as the locals call it. It's known for showcasing those narratives so well.
Absolutely. They're all about celebrating local and Indigenous artists, and you can really feel that commitment when you walk through their doors.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you can practically feel Emily Carr's love for British Columbia's landscapes radiating from her paintings. It's incredible.
Right. She's a legend. And what's really interesting is how the VAG's focus on Indigenous art speaks to a much larger movement happening right now.
Totally. There's this growing recognition that Indigenous art needs to be front and center, and the VAG is leading the way, showcasing these incredible artists and their stories to a wider audience.
It's about time. And it's so much more than just pretty pictures on a wall, right?
Exactly. It's about understanding history, perspectives, the evolving story of Canada itself.
Okay, well, I am ready to be blown away. What's next?
Well, next we're heading to a place that truly blew me away, the Winnipeg Art Gallery, or WAG for short.
Oh, the WAG. Now we're talking.
Yeah.
They have an incredible collection.
Right. Imagine standing amidst the largest public collection of Inuit art in the world. It's an experience that goes beyond just appreciating beauty. It's about connecting with a culture that has thrived for centuries in one of the harshest environments on Earth.
It's powerful stuff. Art has this incredible power to bridge divides, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And the WAG does that beautifully. You're not just admiring a sculpture, you're engaging with a completely different worldview, a way of life, a connection to the land that's just, it's really something else.
It's like a window into a part of Canada that many people don't get to experience firsthand, and that's invaluable. Okay, so we've experienced the West Coast and the prairies. What other art adventures await us?
Well, while we're in the prairies, we can't miss the new kid on the block, the Remain Modern in Saskatoon.
Ah, yes, the Remain Modern. That place is a real game changer.
It's a must-see. First of all, the building itself is an architectural marvel.
It really is. Bold, modern, and full of light.
And inside, they've got this incredible collection of Picasso linocuts. Who knew?
Right. It's amazing how they've managed to become a destination for both diehard art enthusiasts and complete newbies.
Yeah.
And you know what? Printmaking, especially linocuts, is experiencing a resurgence in the art world right now.
Oh, interesting. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think there's something about the immediacy and expressiveness of the process that really speaks to contemporary artists.
That makes sense. And with a collection like that, the Remain Modern is in a prime position to shape the next generation of printmakers. It's really exciting.
They're not just preserving the past, they're looking towards the future. It's inspiring, really. Okay, I'm ready to head back east. How about you?
Me too. I've saved a couple of my favorites for last. Okay, get ready for something completely different. This time, we're ditching the city vibes for something a little more, tranquil.
Oh, I like where this is going. Hit me with it.
Okay, picture this. You're surrounded by like 100 acres of forest.
Okay, I'm there.
The air is crisp, leaves rustling, birds chirping, all that good stuff. You step into this gallery and suddenly, bam, you're in the heart of Canada's artistic heritage.
Sounds magical. Where are we?
The McMichael Canadian Art Collection. Have you ever been? It's just outside of Toronto.
I have. It's incredible, isn't it? The way the gallery blends into the landscape.
It's like stepping right into a group of 7 painting.
Exactly. You can practically feel Tom Thomson's presence in those landscapes.
Oh, totally. You can practically trace the group's whole artistic journey there, from their early influences to when they decided, hey, you know what? We're going to paint Canada on our own terms.
It was a real turning point in Canadian art history. That move away from European styles towards something uniquely Canadian. And the McMichael captures that shift beautifully.
It's like they created a whole new way of seeing the Canadian landscape. And speaking of seeing things differently, for our grand finale, we're heading back to the city, but with a twist. Get ready for something a little edgy.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Okay, so back in Toronto, tucked away on the waterfront, in this cool, reimagined industrial space, you'll find the power plant.
The power plant. Oh, I love that place. It's a powerhouse of contemporary art.
Right. And they're not afraid to tackle some pretty big, sometimes uncomfortable topics. It's the kind of place that stays with you long after you leave.
They really push boundaries and challenge your perceptions. Walking through those galleries, you never know what you're going to encounter next. Could be a massive installation, a thought-provoking video piece, even a live performance.
That's what makes it so exciting. It's art that makes you think, it makes you feel, maybe even makes you a little uncomfortable, but in a good way.
Exactly. It's a reminder that art has the power to challenge the status quo, to make us see the world differently, to start conversations. And that's a powerful thing.
I couldn't agree more. Well, there you have it, folks. From coast to coast, we've explored some of Canada's most amazing art destinations. We've seen how these galleries reflect Canada's identity, its history, its creativity, and its place on the world stage.
And from the breathtaking landscapes of the Group of Seven to the thought-provoking contemporary art of the power plant, it's clear that Canada's art scene is as diverse and dynamic as the country itself.
It's been amazing having you along for the ride.
The pleasure was all mine. Until next time, keep exploring and stay curious.
And remember, art is everywhere if you know where to look. Thanks for tuning in.